Good evening, guys. Welcome to another AMA here in the Scandinavian Crypto Pub Talk. Today, I am fortunate to have the project Zahnymous among us. And we have the founder as well with us. Could you please introduce yourself with us and how you did get involved in the crypto space and what's your kind of main role in the project and other roles that you also take part of?
Of course. So my name is Basa, and I started in crypto. I would really say I started last year when I started this business, but I kind of dipped my toes into crypto in about 2016, 2017. I actually was a part of the Binance hype before Binance got regulated by United States. So people from the US could use Binance completely free, no issues at all. So I actually bought some TRX and some BNB back in the day, but I kind of left over the whole crash that happened in 2017. I didn't really look back. And then fast forward 2021, I really started seeing a lot of projects and a lot of hype get created just based off, virtual currencies and cryptocurrency in general. And I really wanted to be a part of that journey. I do believe that we are kind of moving into a digital world, and sooner or later, everything is going to be digitized. There's not going to be paper cash. It's going to be every single thing is going to be electronic from payments. And you can see that based on the amount of debit card purchases there are, probably compared to the amount of cash transactions there's been in the past 20 years. Another thing is I am the founder of Zahnymous. My role is kind of I'm almost the everything type of person. I view myself not only as the founder, but the logistical coordinator. I create and curate all partnerships for the ZAH brand. I have put in place everyone in proper roles when it comes to marketing, to development, and financials and legalities. So I've kind of orchestrated this entire business from the ground up, from just an idea a year ago to a fully functioning Dapp a year later.
Wow, cool. Yeah, like you say, also here in Norway, we are more and more done with coins and paper money. So we use our phones, we use our debit cards and stuff all the time. I can't remember the last time I actually used physical coins or money.
Exactly.
When did this project of Zahnymous to start on the basis, on the IDs and stuff? And is it a startup from developers or investors surrounding you, or is this just you with the bright idea of this alone?
So yeah, I love boasting because I don't want to sound cocky. I just want to sound confident. I did create this idea of being able to, because I knew cryptocurrency is the future, right? You are right. You don't remember the last time you used paper money. And as we kind of go down this path of age of information and being able to not only just look up anything you want by Googling it, but being able to send the amount of money that you want from one person to another person miles away within seconds using crypto technology. So I started October 30th, 2021. I just had an idea. I wanted to create my own cryptocurrency, and I realized that there was no specific crypto that focused on decentralizing payments. You have these debit card programs, you have these exchanges like Coinbase, Binance with their own debit card, but in order to use them, it kind of takes away from the freedom aspect of cryptocurrency and kind of the front runner of the whole anonymity blockchain ecosystem when you do have those debit cards. So I wanted to create a cryptocurrency that I named ZAH, specific for decentralizing crypto spending. And I met the perfect, I would say there's a little bit of luck. Even no matter how determined you are or how good your idea is, a little bit of luck plays a long way. So again, I wasn't very crypto savvy. I wasn't very crypto friendly. I kind of dabbled back into it in 2016 and 2017, but I didn't have any idea on how to develop. I didn't have any idea on, honestly, about Binance Smart Chain. I knew the majors, Ethereum, Bitcoin, USDT, USDC, BNB, XRP, etc. but I wasn't very crypto savvy. So I went on Fiverr and I actually messaged one of my good friends now, fast forward a year later. And I asked him, I was like, hey, you do crypto consulting. Can you help me? Like, is there any way? And luckily, by luck, because a lot of people would have probably taken advantage of me, especially being young, and have been like, yeah, I'll help you. And then end up just, taking a lot of money from someone that's inexperienced and a little bit ignorant. I'm not gonna call myself like ignorant as in stupid, but ignorant as in not knowledgeable. So again, I met the perfect team. I got introduced to him. He asked me what my idea was, and I kind of told him I want to create a crypto that I have something that's digital, but I want to be able to instantaneously turn it into something physical like food with no barrier to entry, no having to move my funds to an exchange. I just want to have crypto, but have cash. And I don't mean cash as in the paper cash that we were just talking about, but cash as in liquid. And he goes, man, that sounds like a great idea. How do you plan on doing this? And I kind of laughed and goes, well, I think that's where the consulting kind of comes in. So he got me connected with some developers that I'm very good friends with. I work with a blockchain firm that has about 40 different devs. I'm very great friends with them. They're actually from the home country that my family's from in Pakistan. So I'm mixed, by the way. I'm half Pakistani, half Caucasian. And believe it or not, that office that they have is actually only 5 minutes away from my uncle's house. So it's stuff like that makes me feel like, okay, this is meant to be, because it's just the coincidental aspects of this business that makes me kind of have that longevity approach to it. So I don't want to rant too much about all the unnecessary details, but I messaged him. He got me properly connected with developers, and that's where I just kind of went on the hunt. I understand I have previous business history, so I understand that there's no one-man team. You have to create subcategories. There has to be a marketing department. There has to be a legality department. There has to be a development department. So I went out of the way so I found the perfect development team for front-end and back-end development. Now I need to find the marketing team. I went ahead and found that as well. And I found a legal team. So I had one legal team at first in Cyprus, but they weren't the best, I'd say. They didn't really give me the longevity that I was looking for. I think they were honestly in it just for the cash. Fast forward, after leaving them, I found another legal team, and they ended up becoming great friends of mine and kind of gearing me towards to creating long-lasting partnerships to make my idea a success. So fast forward, finding that legal team, now I have connections with regulated exchanges that are regulated by FCA and FINRA. And now I have financial institutions in my pocket that I work with that have known that, it just came from an idea of a kid to actually having this multitude of businesses. I call it businesses because we are a service and we sell gift cards at the same time. So it's kind of a spiraling effect. So that's kind of how we started everything and how we created and orchestrated from just me having the idea to, again, kind of getting lucky and getting branched off to the proper connections. And I found my way to just the right people to kind of surround myself at the right time. And during that time I was making those connections, I was telling my family, I was like, guys, I'm really getting this business started. I wasn't going to be using their help at first to help fund everything. I was going to try and do it myself. But after realizing how costly it was for the development, for the legal fees, for the marketing, everything else, I asked them for help. And this is actually something that not many people know. I'm going to tell you all because you all are a private group. I did not mean for this to happen. Okay, guys, ZAH is supposed to stand for exotic, something that's unique, something that's kind of cool. It's ZAH, right? It's a slang term that I grew up on. Everyone grew up with slang terms. So I wanted to call it something that was catchy, but something that was unique. And the lead investors, which is part of my family, I didn't realize this until a little later. Their initials actually stand for the Z, the A, and the H. It doesn't stand for it, but that's actually how it ended up being, was the people that helped finance everything. And this was not on purpose. This was truly coincidental. So when I say that idea of the development team that I ended up working with was 5 minutes away from my family's home in Pakistan, was also the aspect of the people that I got to actually start this business was initials for the actual company. So I don't believe in coincidences. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But stuff like that makes me feel like I was meant to do this. It was a passion that I fell in love with. I love the idea of it. And those little aspects, those little niches actually made me really strive to make this happen because I felt that it was already written in the books to actually create. I do believe in everything happens for a reason. And fast forward, that's kind of the beginning journey of ZAH.
Wow. Quite a story.
Right? Quite a story. It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into it. How do you see yourself as unique and disruptive in the crypto space? Because I think there's more projects thinking your way, but maybe it hasn't get out yet. But
of course,
I see that you're kind of thinking about an ecosystem also here. So please dig into this for us.
So I realized, again, I told you all I'm not very crypto savvy, so I didn't really know this until I got into it about a year ago. There are a lot of projects specifically in Binance Smart Chain, which are up to absolutely no good. And the term for Binance, the actual blockchain, is the poo chain because it's filled with just pumps and dumps. It's filled with JEETs. It's filled with scam projects, meme tokens. There's no real utility. There's no real, I mean, I'm not going to say that there's none, but the majority has kind of created that stigma of, oh, you're on Binance. Oh, your project's just a meme. Or, oh, you're on Binance. Your project has no utility. It's probably a scam. So I think what kind of separates us is over the past year, kind of going that route of being very transparent about our business and going out of the way to actually build out our Dapp that users can exchange their crypto to gift cards almost instantaneously. So what separates me than all those other projects that might just have an idea is before I even launch my token, the platform's fully finished. So during the presentation, I'll actually stop and show you all a live transaction on how everything works.
Yeah, looking forward to that because I think that you have to take into consideration that you have to have the features ready and really planned out to kind of distinguish from others. Can you tell us about if you have any token partners? Who are they and what do they bring into your project?
Of course. So I would say, so this is, so let me confirm with you my team real quick.
Yeah.
So the people that I contacted, they work with an advisor, pretty much they're crypto advisors. So what they do is they find projects that message them on Fiverr and they help incubate them, help them with the tokenomics, help them with the organizing of the business and kind of, find them that help with the development team as well. So my partners are I would call them co-founders, are actually incubating their own project called Coin Official, which is supposed to create more transparency to the market. So we know coin voting sites, for example, a lot of them are like fresh coins. They're rigged. People pay for votes, and then it's kind of a little bit of a centralized system where you can pay a certain individual for votes, and then all of a sudden your token's number one on their platform. They're actually creating their own ecosystem, which will allow to decentralize that entire aspect and give more projects a fair chance by implementing their own token called Vote. And with their token, you can vote on projects by actually spending BNB. So there's no way to truly kind of rig it as people are honestly spending money for the votes. So it's supposed to create a more decentralized voting system to allow projects like mine to actually show like limelight. So as I was starting that project, they've been working on that project as well. So they're kind of the ones that help advise me and the ones that help me. So Coin Official is my co-founders. And I guess you can say another people that are part of my team. I have 3 lawyers that work under me. They're actually the ones who helped started my connections with my financial institutions and my exchanges. The Coin Official part actually does a lot with the marketing. The legal team does a lot with the legalities, and the blockchain developers that I work with deal with the front end and the back end development. So that's pretty much my entire team. I have 3 people on core, which is starting their own project known as Coin Official. And then I outsource the work, which I've created great relationships for the legalities and the development.
then we have a good understanding of your surroundings and people helping out. So,
that's what I mean by luck.
What about
I didn't mean
the purchase guidelines and how to purchase the gift cards?
Of course. So I was going to, I can kind of show you and walk you through that platform. I was going to kind of give you like the little pitch on everything, and I was going to do a more of a presentation style. But if you want me to get straight into it, we can do it. So I'll do a live purchase for you all. And then if we want to go back to the pitch, we can. We don't have to do the pitch at all. I'm completely okay with freeballing everything. So you all can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I wanted to simplify this process as much as possible. So I understand that when you're describing the process of cryptocurrency to the ordinary individual, and especially if you're a BEP20 token, you explain to them that they have to buy Binance from an exchange, move it onto the exchange, and then go on PancakeSwap, connect an external wallet, and then buy ZAH through PancakeSwap. So the process is actually not user-friendly at all. So one thing that I really wanted to focus on was that idea of being user-friendly. So right when you go to Zahnymous.io, you can see in the top right corner, you can connect your wallet. But not only can you buy my token by just clicking this button and it pulls up, it doesn't route you to PancakeSwap. You can just pretty much buy it straight by just connecting by just pressing the buy ZAH button. So not only can you just connect your wallet and buy my token, you can also buy gift cards as well. And we're going to be adding other widgets that are fiat on-ramps to make sure that we're creating that ecosystem of not only crypto to fiat transactions, but fiat to crypto transactions to really simplify the entire process that a user would go. So instead of having to go to that exchange to have BNB, you can go to Zahnymous.io, implement your debit card program. You can implement your debit card, and then you can buy our backing token, BNB, or possibly even ZAH. And then just like that, you can have ZAH or have BNB. And if you do have BNB, you just click buy ZAH, you get ZAH, and then you can also spin ZAH by just clicking buy gift cards. So for this example, I'm going to simplify it and just do the United States because I'm going to get myself a voucher anyway. So once I find the brand that I want, let's say I want something for my house because Lowe's has a bunch of stores that's nationwide and they kind of focus on home utilities, be that drill, hammer, stuff that's actually necessities in life, being able to be tools or even they even have lights, etc. So right here, you can click the currencies. We're going to be adding post-launch. But again, guys, this platform is live for people to connect with right now. So if you all want to do test purchases, we are in 70 countries and we're working on close to 100. And I'm adding a whole bunch of different gift cards and gift card providers post-launch as well. So for this example, we're going to do BNB. We're going to do 10 USD. We're going to add to cart. Right when we add to cart, we're just going to do our emails. We type it in. By the way, a lot of people ask me, they say, do I have to use my email? We recommend you all to do your email, but I'm going to show you a little trick that we actually integrated to allow a more seamless way. Remember how I said everything is on the website. You don't have to leave for an external link. You don't have to go a different route. Everything is kind of orchestrated to be right there in front of you. So we're going to agree to terms and conditions. By the way, if you are familiar with our terms and conditions, they are at the very bottom footer in terms and conditions under legal. So we proceed to check out. And we're going to click I'm not a robot. And right when you click this pay button, it's going to pop open the Metamask transaction. People that are familiar with Web3 should be able to kind of see this pretty common. It's a very common occurrence, especially when you're signing off a transaction, if you're sending funds to someone or doing anything in Web3 with the Dapp. So it is just a little slow. I'm sorry about that. We are kind of fixing out the little bugs there. There we go. So we confirm on the transaction, and right when we confirm that transaction and it signs off, you're going to, in the very top right corner, you're going to see transaction process, perfectly successful. And then we're going to go straight into my email to then show you all the actual gift voucher and how to actually redeem that gift voucher as well. So let me, hopefully it does. There we go. Order has been placed. So remember how I told you all that that the gift voucher is sitting in my email right now. You can see I just got a notification. And just like that, I can be in the parking lot of a business, of a big brand like Lowe's, do that real quick on my phone through a Metamask app, or I guess Trust Wallet as well. And as I'm walking towards the business, I can automatically get that email. We've set up everything to be integrated in such a, not only a simple manner, but we've automated the entire process to allow that crypto transaction to instantly turn into cash. And I don't mean paper cash, but I mean liquid. So instead of me going to my email, I'm going to click on my account, connect my wallet, and I'm going to go to orders. By the way, if you can't tell, I've done a lot of orders to make sure everything looks good. So we're going to click on view more, and then you're going to see that we do have a gift card code right here. We just implement the copy and paste. And just like that, guys, we converted something that was digital, like BNB that's in your wallet. Is it going to convert? There we go. So we converted something that was digital like BNB to something physical, be that from Lowe's, be that a drill or home utilities, home necessities. So that is the kind of the rundown on my platform on how you can seamlessly take your crypto and turn it into cash without having to use an exchange, without having to go that centralized route of converting from your external Bet20 wallet to the exchange, selling on the exchange, moving those funds to your bank account, and really going that old centralized route to use your cryptocurrency every day. Cryptocurrency was kind of made to kind of change that and fix it. And that's exactly what ZAH is about. It's about simplifying crypto spending. It's about having crypto and being able to spend it instantaneously no matter where you are in the world.
Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I like it. But, there's a lot of crooks in the space. So how do you do this in accordance with the anti-financial crime and money laundering laws?
Of course, perfect. I'll get straight into that. So remember, I do have a legal team that works under me. So they deal with everything in legalities. If you go through our terms and conditions, you can see that everything is out on why what we're doing is completely legal. And there's nothing with anti-financial crime. I'm not the next Tornado Cash. I actually comply with legislation. Again, guys, this is not a joke. I might sound young, but I do have financial institutions pretty much in my pocket. So I have been approved for multi-currency accounts. Was it difficult? Yes. It is very hard to go to regulation and pitch this idea to them. When I tell you that I've been denied more times than you could ever imagine because of specific money laundering and anti-financial crime. There is stuff called OFAC list is all. Like, how do you make sure people aren't using your funds illicitly? How do you make sure people aren't using your platform illicitly? And something that I do want to say is there's a fine line and a fine difference between money laundering and everyday spending. So I'm going to go to our white paper real quick, and I'm going to kind of go over. So obviously, our process is very streamlined. By the way, I hope you all like this quote up here. It says, "Freedom is the power or right to act, speak, or think as one without hindrance or restraint in the absence of a despotic government." So that's kind of that freedom aspect of freedom to spend and kind of that aspect of like should get you going and excited about finally breaking that chains of centralization to have to use your cryptocurrency every day. So let's go into the anti-money laundering laws, our AML policies. But something that I do want to kind of go ahead and tell you all is we do have compliance, as in I work with KYC providers as well once certain thresholds are reached. So we are that half centralized, half decentralized. So when I preach freedom, I don't mean freedom as in Tornado Cash. I can put $1 million and then get $1 million back. That's not what I mean at all. Again, our platform is compliant with international law. We're not breaking anything. We're not doing anything malicious. In fact, we're actually doing everything completely legit. So I do want to go over the KYC procedure before I go into the AML procedure. So it will be right here in purchase guidelines. So in order to stop someone from just using the platform with $1 million, we do have these without KYC restrictions, which is 1,000 USD daily spending limit and a 9,500 lifetime limit per wallet. And if you do KYC, we pass off that transaction to our verified partner, Verif specifically. And if you do KYC, you have no spending limit, no daily limit, no lifetime limit. And I can actually go through the process of the KYC. You create an account. So by the way, you don't have to KYC at all. You only KYC if you create an account. So once you sign up, you can go to orders and then or my account, and then under orders, you click the KYC button and it automatically routes you to our partner to then do your KYC. So this is actually how I fit in the regulatory range of things to make sure that we're not doing the money laundering. We're not really doing the whole financial crime or anything like that. We do have compliance and regulatory procedures to make sure that we are doing our due diligence to make sure our platform is fluid, especially with upcoming regulations coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you create an account, can you also track your purchases and maybe also name them? Who you gave gift cards to, or yourself, or what you use them for?
Of course. So right here, with that wallet that you connected, you can go to my account, go to orders, and you can just click on the actual view more. It shows you the transaction hash, and it actually shows you the gift card code as well. And it tells you how much you've spent, the date, the order ID. So in case there's a bug or anything, you can contact me and be like, hey, this is my order ID, and we can get it taken care of. And right here through that orders page, you can also see who you sent it to as well. Because you want to make sure that you're sending it to the right person, right? You don't want to send it to the wrong email. So again, everything is right there under my accounts in the order section, which not only shows you your gift card voucher code, it also shows you the transaction hash and who you actually sent it to. Another bonus with creating an account is you can notice that this is only with one wallet. In order for you to have multiple wallets, because let's say not all of us use just one wallet, right? Maybe I want to do a transaction with one Metamask, and then I want to do one transaction with a Trust wallet. When you create an account, it actually saves everything for multiple different wallets, so you can keep track of all of your expenses if you do create an account. So there is bonuses as well of creating an account. It's not just a whole Metamask and then you just do your orders. There is diligence and there's bonuses and being able to track everything in a more professional way, instead of you just being like, oh, where's my order? Is it in my email? Oh, no, it's not in my email. Again, guys, we've simplified this process to make sure everything is there. Not only can you buy ZAH, but you can spend ZAH as well and track everything.
Fantastic. What are the security measures adopted into this from hacking or getting bugs into your token contract or the ecosystem you're building here?
Of course. So one thing I do want to say is we don't hold any clients' funds. We actually pass off all transactions to regulated exchanges, and then it goes to the financial institutions. So because of that bonus, users are pretty much sending their cryptocurrency to the exchange to then get converted to fiat. So in regards of security, it's not like we're holding a bunch of clients' funds like some crazy FTX scare story. We are just passing off the transaction and then it immediately going into the bank account and then back into our providers' wallets as well. So there's no security of, oh, do you have clients' funds right now? How does that work? So no worry in that specific aspect. And in regards to the security, I will go to our website right now. We do have 2 audits for our token and our smart contract. We have a CertSec audit, and then we have a Fresh Coins audit as well. So let me boast real quick. Again, when people ask me, remember, I'm not the dev. So how do I make sure that everything is legit? How do I show people that even though I'm the front runner of this business, even though I'm the founder, how do you all still get security? And that's kind of where audits come in play at all. So I'm not sure if you've ever seen a score this high. And this is not me boasting. I'm being 100% transparent with you all. Again, when I say that I got lucky, you can find developers to help you build something, but can you find developers that not only end up becoming your really good friends, but they can also produce scores like this? That's an amazing score. I've never personally seen an audit give such a high score before in my life. And if just to show you all, I can show you the contract address that it's for. I can also send this PDF document in your all's group as well. So this contract address is the same exact contract address that is on the website as well. So it's not no hoax. It's nothing like that. Again, we pride ourselves on the transparency and the security of not only our project, but our system. So that is the Fresh Coins audit. And again, I just want to share it one more time. This really is a 99 out of 100. And to me, it's still baffling to know that the people that are surrounded on my team do have the proper experience to making sure that they can produce viable scores that look this damn good. Because again, it really is kind of crazy. I promise I've never seen an audit with such a high security score at all. And in regards to CertIC, we do have a CertIC audit as well. And when you pull up the audit, I can pull it up. We had 12 findings and we resolved 8 of them. If people ask, well, why didn't you resolve the other ones? Well, it's because the other ones were centralization issues, which kind of goes with the whole third-party dependency of having the liquidity on PancakeSwap. There were issues that they just that we can't resolve because of the launching process, because we have the liquidity on the launch pad. And then from the launch pad, we send it over to the DEX. So there really is stuff that we can't fix because it's the issues that come with having your own token, with actually being on the launch pad, with being on PancakeSwap as well. So if you all have free time, I will show the PDF as well. This contract address is the same contract address, which is on our website as well. And this is a security assessment. And we did pass with flying colors. There was an issue with a couple things, so we had to redeploy. But after we redeployed, we fixed everything. So if you all are wondering, well, what was your audit on Fresh Coins before you redeployed? We actually got a 97 out of 100 anyway. So we were like, oh, if we got a 97 out of 100, let's do CertIC. We're definitely ready. CertIC kind of honed us in a little bit and was like, hey, there's some stuff that you all really need to fix, like some just small little bugs or logical issues. A couple of the things was our code wasn't as fluid to actually make sure gas fees were optimized. So little small stuff like that. They weren't really majors. The majors were the third-party dependency and the centralization issue of having your own token and being the sole owner. They actually requested that we put everything in a multi-sig lock. So we are putting stuff in a multi-sig. And another thing that they said was renounce ownership, but I don't want to renounce ownership. This is my baby. So yeah, we have the Fresh Coins audit and the CertIC audit, and from a 97 out of 100, we got a 99 out of 100, and then we also have a successful CertIC audit as well. So in regards to the security of the token, we're actually extremely solid. So not only have we built out our Dapp with a fluid ecosystem with already established partnerships with multi-million-dollar companies, we have a very secure project and a very secure token as well.
Fantastic. It's not that often we see CertIC audits before launch. Usually they come after because they do cost a little bit, and usually it takes a week or two as well. Are you going to be implementing also their kind of shield functionalities?
Are you talking about in regards to the trust score?
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that a little later. They tried charging us pretty much double the price of the audit in order to have the trust score. And that is going to come post-launch. There's just no reason to spend the expenses on it when we pass the security assessment with everything with flying colors. Do we want the trust score? Yeah, we do. But we're just going to wait until post-launch to actually have everything, especially because the trust score requires it takes a huge number into how big your project is in regards to following, making sure your Twitter engagement is pretty high, making sure your Instagram engagement is high. And since we are kind of pre-launch when we did this, we would have gotten, and this is all transparency, we'd have probably gotten a low trust score just because we were such the new kid on the block with not that big a follower count. During this time of this assessment, we probably only had 30 followers on Twitter. We probably only had 100 members in our Telegram group. Granted, fast forward, now we have over 200 followers on Twitter, and we have almost over 800 people in our Telegram chat. So we are growing slowly but surely. But in order for us to have that high trust score, we rather have everything post-launch for making sure the socials are perfect and we're having fluid engagement to really get a high score.
That's the answer I wanted. So thank you.
In regards to, I am KYC too. I didn't really show that, but I do have an official KYC certificate from Norbit. This is of the same exact contract address as well, where I showed my marketing wallet or deployer wallet, and I showed everything from and pretty much they interviewed me as well, kind of similar to how I'm presenting to you all about the project and making sure that I am the actual owner and the founder of everything from the very beginning to the very end. So I pretty much have hammered everything in regards to the project. I can talk about some expansion that we're planning on doing as well. So our platform is extremely unique. And if you're viewing us, well, then, everything sounds solid, but how do you plan to cope with the future? And if you were wondering that at all, I know you all didn't ask that, but maybe possibly you were wondering that, we do plan on onboarding smaller market capitalization tokens, just like us in the very beginning. And in order to really grow and build our holder count and actually grow and be a bigger business, we plan on taking projects that are similar to market cap than us, maybe a little bigger, bringing over their token holders and their communities and onboarding their currency through our Dapp. And the science is really simple. We bring over their community members. We host their currency to be exchanged for a fiat on-ramp. We increase our token holder count, which then equates to increasing our market capitalization. So it's a win-win. Not only can people live off of their favorite tokens, especially smaller tokens, we increase our community and our community engagement and establish partnerships in the BSC space.
Yeah, that's a smart thing to do, and onboard existing projects to use your platform, also giving utilities to their tokens.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, shall we?
We can go into the taxes as well if you want. I can be here all day, guys. I love this. I love ZAH. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I love what I've built from the ground up, and I'm very proud. I never want to come off as cocky or overconfident, but I just love what I do, and I would love to answer any questions that you all have in regards to anything or any aspect of my project, because the tougher the questions, the better that I become as the project founder and the project owner.
Yeah, before we're going into the tokenomics and taxes and stuff, maybe we should hear from listeners here if they have any question on what we have discussed this far.
Of course.
Anyone having questions?
I can hear a pin drop. Hopefully everyone's amazed.
No, nothing yet. I think there was one in the chat.
Okay, can you read it for us?
Hang on, I gotta maximize to see the text. 2 seconds here. Where are you registered?
The company or the operational address?
I would guess you can have both.
So the operational address is in United States, but the company is actually founded in United Kingdom.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's answered. Okay, let's move into the tokenomics and how your token shares are split up into percentages.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So remember how I kind of went to the aspect of how I kind of have the crypto advisors. I really surrounded my team. So when I say that my team is pretty much experts in tokenomics and kind of helping the very project from the foundation up, our foundation is absolutely perfect. I would even go as far as to say that our foundation is almost perfection. So in regards to tokenomics and token taxes, we know that a lot of beginning projects really take the token taxes to kind of profit and make sure that they use that capital from the very beginning of raise to then inject into marketing and to have even more longevity. So we know that we do charge a service fee for the platform. And we wanted to make sure that the buy tax wasn't too high. So all we did was kind of help out with the liquidity. So the buy tax is only 1% to incentivize users to actually buy the token. And that 1% goes to the LP. And then in regards to the sell tax, we do have a 9% sell tax, which breaks up again into 5% liquidity to make sure that our LP is very healthy, 1% marketing, and then 3% to development, totaling to a final total count of only 10% in taxes in total. And if anyone's wondering, well, if you have sell tax, how does that go with the platform? we omit the wallet that actually does the process of the selling of the backend on the crypto to gift card platform, just because we don't want people to pay a service fee and pay the sell tax fee as well. That's very unfair. So we actually incentivize by having a little bit of a higher sell tax. Not only is the buy tax incentivize people to buy more with such a low buy tax, the sell tax is just a little higher to actually incentivize people to use the platform every single day. So instead of selling for the 9% sell tax, there's a 5% service fee for the platform, the exchange from crypto to gift cards. And that 5% service fee is not a fixed rate. That is just a rate to kind of help with the idea of the token taxes, which is to gain capital for the project, to then inject more to create even more of a lucrative marketing system or raise more capital to end up actually truly blossoming in the BSC space. And also, when it comes to token allocations, I did have a seed sale and a private sale, and I've raised over $100,000 for the project. But before people go, ooh, that's a lot to raise before, all those tokens are vested. Whenever I send the pre-sale link, I will show you that it's a linear schedule of about 6 to 7 months, broken down into an even percentage. So the first amount doesn't even get released until 30 days after launch. So all people from pre-sale are completely safe in their investment. So they don't have to get dumped on or anything crazy like that. We have made sure that we do have longevity. So all private sale and seed sale is specifically locked for 30 days after launch. And then after the 30 days, only about 16% gets released. And then every month after that, it's 16% as well. So that's the actual vesting schedule for the seed sale and private sale. You can see the pre-sale is 30%, liquidity 18.9, marketing 5, team 15, holdback 5, and then staking and rewards 4.1%, totaling to a total supply of 100%. So that's the actual token allocations. And to me, that's so solid. Seriously, I've looked into it, and I think our tokenomics is absolutely perfect because it really gives us the best of both worlds while still keeping the very people that started it also safety net as well. I was going to lock their tokens for 6 to 7 months completely with no distribution, but I could have done it because my family would have done it just because they would have done it for me. But that's not fair to an investor, especially if their investment happened in December 2021, and I pretty much just locked it for another 6 to 7 months. So I do want to give them at least a little bit of something instead of locking it for that long a period of time. But when I show you the pre-sale link, the unlock actually happens December 18th, 2022 is the very first unlock. Oh, and we do have not only seed sale and private sale locked, we also have marketing, team, and holdback as well. Oh, with the same vesting schedule.
Yeah. Okay. What were the advantages going into seed sale and private sale against this pre-sale coming up and launch?
Of course. So they get a 15% better rate.
Both seed and private.
So it's 15 for seed and then 10% for private.
And pre-sale now, is that the same as the launch rate?
No. So pre-sale also gets a discount. It's about 5% of a better rate than the listing rate as well. So pretty much it goes like this. It goes 1 BNB to 50,000 ZAH, and then it goes from I think 46 to 1 BNB 45,000 ZAH, and then 1 BNB 40,000 ZAH, and then listing rate I think is 35,000 or 3750. Or 37,500 for listing rate. So everyone that's early gets a little bit of a bonus for contributing to the longevity of the project.
Okay. And your sale are exactly. Now coming. Your sale is coming up on Gempad.
Correct. So we are the highest tier that Gempad allows, which is the diamond tier. If I could get a better tier, I would. But the diamond tier is pretty awesome. We fit all criteria for the tokenomics breakdown, for the marketing cap, for the marketing budget. Does your project have utility? We check mark every single thing in regards to being that prestigious diamond tier. And another thing I want to say is the hard cap is 600 BNB, while the soft cap is 300 BNB.
Yeah. Have you also implemented their last features, securing that it's not just all their token holders buying into this and dumping on launch, but actually you have some
Exactly.
anti measures.
Yeah, of course. So again, our smart contract team, which is kind of the whole core team of the foundation of the project, they've actually built out a custom anti-bot and a anti-snipe to make sure that nothing like that happens in regards to our contract or anything in those measures. So we have everything in regards to security perfect. But yeah, everything is pretty much custom made from our contract to the anti-bot measures to make sure no one's just sniping and then, manipulating everything. And also the Gempad users, they do get a whitelist as well. If we do a whitelist, if they're a diamond tier investor on Gempad, and in order to kind of counteract that, we're also having our own whitelist as well, which gets the same amount of time as those people on Gempad do as well. And we're possibly my goal is to fill the 600 BNB within the 30-minute window that the whitelist is for the pre-sale. If we can do that, I'll feel truly accomplished.
Yeah, you're putting the bar high there in this kind of market, but I see project actually do that as well, and Gempad has great people behind this. So I see that you have set the minimum buy of 0.1 BNB and the max with 4 BNB.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's a quite good setup, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the tokenomics and the roadmap. Maybe we should go to the roadmap and see what you're planning ahead.
Of course. So one thing that I wanted to kind of accomplish was when we're bringing this project to the ecosystem, we didn't want to be one of those projects that had the unfinished business or unfinished promises of their roadmap being completed. We didn't want to be one of those projects that said, hey, you buy into our project and maybe we'll get our roadmap done within a year to 2 years to 3 years. So if you can see the roadmap right now, it's pretty much completed. So we wanted people to buy in to be like, damn, this project's already ready and set to go, light years ahead of all those other projects that actually launch and go ahead with their own token. So if you do see, we do have phase 1, which is the beginning, which is the team formation of the legalities, the advisors, developers, marketers. We did have the seed sale and private sale. And then the backend development, smart contract development. So all of our roadmaps have actually already been completed. The only ones that we haven't completed yet is the staking. It's because we're kind of on the fence about staking. It's a long story. Are we going to implement staking? Yes. If we're going to implement it, we're going to implement it in 2023 because I want to see how our platform does before we integrate staking. I do understand the concept of it holding your tokens for a vested period of time creates less sell pressure because tokens are locked, but I don't like the idea of it solely because we allow such easy liquidation. If we're giving away free tokens, it kind of hurts the chart if those free tokens can then be spent through our ZAH card platform. So it's like I don't want to be one of those high APYs that end up, giving some blasphemy that ends up hurting the project. So we're going to really have to make sure that if we do staking, it's going to be the low APY and be a much more efficient way. So the project doesn't get hurt by implementing that staking feature. So the only thing that we haven't figured out yet, or I guess finished, is the phase 1 staking and the phase 2 staking, phase 3 staking as well. And by the way, influencer campaign has begun. So I can check mark that as well. And the last thing is launch time, making sure that we've completed the IDO, making sure that everything is on PancakeSwap after launch successfully, and then finally adding CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko listing, which will create that hype of the project. And we do have connections which actually do fast track, even if they say that they don't have fast track, they actually do. And then the very last stage is the multi-chain. So right now ZAH is built on BSC for BEP20, but we definitely, and we also want to onboard those other smaller BSC projects, but we think in order for us to truly grow and flourish in the marketplace, we need to be on every single blockchain and kind of doing that same aspect. Find the smaller tokens with the lower market caps and other blockchains, bring their community over to ours, and then onboard their currency as well. So we really view ourselves as that kind of like that, almost like that home shop that you can also call it the mom and pop shop. that more family-owned business when we onboard those smaller, lower market cap tokens as well. So that's kind of our plan for the multi-chain. But that's exactly our roadmap. You can see maybe 80% of it's already been completed.
Yeah. I like the roadmap. It's not just some random bullshit on influencers or callers and all that stuff. It's down to what you actually are doing. And in terms of staking, I also hear that you have thought that through, because the high APIs and stuff, it's not sustainable over time. You have to minimize the risks, maybe set a minimum and maximum amount of tokens that you are able to stake. But also with the staking, you kind of incentivize people and holding them kind of a lock-in while you're building. So if you're not building anything more, then it's just, okay, why? So it has to be really thorough and really thought through.
Because we don't want to, we have everything. So in my opinion, we have everything to the T of perfection in my mind, right? Some people might see that we're flaws, and obviously not every business is perfect, but I think we're damn near it. And I just don't want to implement staking just because I do want to implement it, but I don't. I'm just scared because that one little thing could kind of be the catalyst for ruining your reputation. If somehow, even if we don't do high APY, people are going to be like, well, why do I stake with you if I can go stake with another project that's providing me 10,000 APY, right? Some unrealistic number. So it is finding that boundary of that medium ground that allows people to at least get something back for locking their tokens, but also creating that longevity with that token being locked, and it's actually worth their time, and not allowing it to hurt the project as well. So we haven't found that medium ground yet, because we've been debating this for, I would say, months, because I'm on the fence. Personally, my team loves the idea of staking. They said, why don't we implement it? Why don't we do it today? But I really want to see how everything goes as first, because it scares me because of that aspect that it could just allow more tokens that weren't bought to then be used through our platform, because we allow such an easy liquidation ecosystem. So that's the only thing that we're really been going, and we're not going to implement it unless it's 100% thorough. Like you said, we're not one of those projects that someone says, oh, well, you have staking on your roadmap, why isn't it completed? Well, it's completed because we need to make sure that it's 100% worth it. We need to make sure that it's actually going to improve the project's longevity.
Yeah, I think you have to find a sweet spot in between, because you actually want users of your platform and ecosystem. You don't want too much of those swing traders and investors going for short and long term based on the chart. You want users and building your ground there.
Agreed completely. Because kind of creating that longevity is definitely going to help long term. So, I mean, again, I do see the pros of it, but there are also cons, right? It's not 100%, because that money is coming from somewhere, especially if you allow such an easy sell process. So again, there's pros and cons. Will the pros outweigh the cons? Possibly, but before we truly integrate it, it has to be absolutely perfect, at least to convince me.
Yeah. So how important is the community to you, and how do you see that we as a community can collaborate and help you for the development and the lifecycle management of the project?
Are you talking about specifically your community, or are you talking about the community of the ZAH Army?
Not my community, your own community, with my community joining your community.
So pretty much, I have a very unhealthy obsession when it comes to business. I really fall in love and give it my absolute all. I live and breathe it. And a lot of people say that, but a lot of people can't do that. So in regards to how important my community is, I want to make sure they're happy. I want to make sure that they not only look at me as the project leader, but they feel comfortable with their investment and they feel comfortable with having me as the owner and the founder of everything. So I really love the idea and love the community of making sure that every single person somehow gets exactly what they want out of the investment in regards to happiness, in regards to community, socially even. Some people join projects just to have the atmosphere that it's a positive influence in their life. So I really do take great care of my community. And if, you all haven't been a part of the ZAH group, but if you go through there, I have over, thousands of messages, and I'm in my group every single day telling them, I'll have internal AMAs here and there just for quick checkups. If people say that they're down, I make sure that they're up. I not only, obviously we're a business as well, but something that I think in my community that separates me from everyone else is that family aspect. And that might be cliche, and that might be like, oh, you're not building a family, you're building a business. But to my community, it is a family. It's a very loving community. You go in there right now, people are going to welcome you. People are going to say, click the links that aren't getting paid. They're not getting paid to do this. They're doing it truly out of the love of the project and the love of pretty much me being the founder of it. They really encourage other people to join the community, and they're very welcoming to all new people. So shout out to my community, because we couldn't really be here without them as well, even if we had the most perfect project. So I love them, and they're pretty much a part of this all the way. And their community, our community, is as important to the project as being successful is.
Yeah, I totally agree, and thank you for a good answer there. Because we, of course, have had this community since 2018, and we've seen a lot and experienced even more. And often we see very energetic devs and founders, but as we go a couple of weeks into the projects, or a month or two, or maybe 12 months, we see that from a very energetic start and moving on, suddenly kind of the founders or the devs, they tend to focus maybe too much on other things. Maybe they get a good spotlight, they get a lot of connections in the space, and they tend to forget maybe the ground of the project, the community, the Telegram, doing AMAs or catching up, getting some polls out and inputs from the communities.
I could definitely see that. I can see how that happens, especially once the kind of money flows in and they want to start other ventures and they want to do something else. But this is going to be a part of me for probably the rest of my life. And we're not stopping here at just gift cards. This payment system that we've created is just the tip of the iceberg of truly integrating crypto and fiat transactions.
Good.
Thank you.
Sounds like a bright future for you and the investors. Can you share some details about what you see as recent major achievements done by yourself and the project guys?
Major achievement as in building the platform out?
Yeah, what are you most proud of now the last 2 weeks that you kind of salute and hooray on?
Of course. I would say over the past 2 weeks, what I'm so happy about and proud of is it's honestly the marketing firm that we work with. We signed an NDA with them to make sure, because I guess they don't want their names tarnished until after pre-sale in case they don't fill hard cap, which cross our fingers. Let's hope we fill hard cap in this blood storm of a crypto market right now. But in regards to them, they're doing such a great job. They've gotten us call groups from Venom. We have a Caesars AMA November 12th. We have a Golem AMA the 13th or the 14th. And the connections that we're building in this space right now, it's really thankful to them, because in regards to crypto marketing, I have no idea. I'm going to be honest. I can do the internal AMAs. I can do the community engagement, but I don't know exactly how to get the reach for the best budget. So shout out to them for really helping with the pre-sale process and how far that they've actually gone to establish connections for possibly Travlad, 100% Caesars and 100% Gollum. So the fact that we're in the top BSC groups in the market really speaks volume, because a lot of those projects don't talk to the typical project at all. They're busy. They get hundreds of messages with people trying to be on their platform all the time. And the fact that we're able to get noticed by them just shows how well connected the marketing firm that we work with really is. So most of the thanks goes out to them. And the second thanks goes out to the community, because if it wasn't for my daily ZAH Army troopers waking up every single day, messaging in the chat, there wouldn't be as much activity. And we've grown from just not even 100 people in the chat to, once we started doing our AMAs, once we started working with the marketing, to really growing with over 800 members. And now our community is extremely active. I mean, it goes on from 1 a.m. EST my time all the way clean up until 10 p.m. EST, almost a full 24 hours. We're actually completely active. So another huge shout out to them as well. And in regards to development, we're kind of finished right now until we add other processes, which might be a debit card program, or adding possibly bill payment as well. So people can pay their bills in their own cryptocurrency without having to go to the exchange and then pay their light bills or pay their water bill. That's going to be another integration. I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's something that I'm working on right now. So shout out to mainly for right now, over the past 2 weeks, I would say my marketing and my community involvement and engagement from my community members.
Yeah. What we see also in projects, they do marketing on Telegram. And Telegram, of course, is a great way to start to bring up a good ground of community and hype, of course, pre-launch. But what then, when you have done the most important callers, you have done the most important AMAs, and basically everyone on Telegram knows you? What's the next step?
I know I have the perfect answer for that. And the next step is exactly what I talked about, the onboarding other tokens. People always ask me, when do you think your project's like really going to blow up? And it's when because right now we're not going to have tokens onboarded for our project until a couple of months after in 2023. Just because we want people to know the ZAH name, we want people to know the system, we want people using our own cryptocurrency for the payments. But what's really going to make us expand is that onboarding of other tokens. It's because no call group, no AMA is going to be able to get you that type of notice and bring that much community involvement between two different projects, or maybe 3, 4, 5 different projects. So hosting other currencies that are a lower market cap, that are trying to figure out their way as well in the marketplace, and especially in Binance Smart Chain, it is a tough road out there to really get noticed and to really blow up. It's the onboarding of other tokens. That is what is going to separate us, that mom and pop shop, because there are crypto to gift card platforms, but again, they're much more centralized, or they do the majors, be that Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Cardano, etc. Maybe Bitcoin Cash, just throw it in there, and BUSD, maybe USDT, USDC, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we're going that more family route of finding other projects that are just like us, that is really going to create that next level step in creating that mass adoption of our community and of our platform. Because once we onboard one token, it's going to be a trickle down effect. It's going to be a domino effect. We're going to have another couple, 3, 4 projects lined up. And at one point, we might even just take away the big tokens that we have on our platform and make this a more family oriented, familiar oriented ecosystem. Instead of you being able to check out in BUSD, you might be able to check out in 7 or 8 different lower market cap tokens that people are actually living and breathing and loving and trying to grow with for longevity. So I really do think that is where we're going to get our bread and butter. And it's going to be so much more impactful doing that route than any call group, than any AMA. And that's really what's going to separate us and put us on the map to be around for a very long time.
Yeah, I definitely think that using the external networks is a good way of innovating in combination with other innovation types, and using that open collaboration aspect and open innovation together with other great projects and people thinking great ideas, it's a truly way to go.
Exactly. It really is the best way to have longevity. Because sooner or later, I believe the ecosystem is going to be set up to where people can live off of their favorite tokens. It doesn't have to be BTC. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum that they live off of that are the majors. People will be able to live off a token like ZAH, make everyday expenses, be that gas for their car, a flight ticket to go to Spain, right? Possibly an Airbnb to stay at on vacation, be able to buy their children groceries, be able to even purchase pay bills like lights, water, maybe even home loans, car insurance. I really want to get that factor that my platform, what I'm trying to get ready is that mass adoption, being able to use cryptocurrency every day and actually live off of it. And that like initiative and kind of adding the tokens, that is really going to take us to the next level. And I truly believe that's where we'll see the biggest growth or the most growth.
Yeah, nice of these in using your gift cards on air tickets, hotels, and kind of travel agents and stuff. I think that's a good way to go. And of course, paying our electricity bills during the winter now.
Right? I think that is going to be so insane to really think about is really integrating that to kind of be able to live off of your favorite tokens. Instead of moving from that external wallet to the exchange for everyday expenses, I can stay on chain but pay my lights. That is truly revolutionary, and that is what crypto is actually made for.
I agree. Totally agree. Any questions from our listeners before we're kind of rounding up?
Nope.
That's awesome.
I'm such a good host, huh? So how can investors and users of your platform stay up to date with your project? Is there channels like Discords, or is it only Telegram? Do you have YouTube? Do you have TikTok, Instagram?
Of course. So I will go to the social and links. By the way, I love the white paper. Everything is right here. You can learn our origin story. You can learn about what is Zahnymous, how to actually buy gift cards, create an account, and everything that you need to even the legalities. So when you click on socials and links, you can see that we do have a Telegram, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, YouTube, and a medium.com where we post articles in regards to press releases about, our platform is live. And real quick, I do kind of want to go to the press release just a second. I'm not sure if it's going to say it, but just so you all can see how long I've really been working on this project, I would like for you all to see that date. That's not a joke at all when I say that I've been working on this project for a very long time. That press release was released January 8th, 2022. Just in case you all want some more proof, because I can stay up here and, just talk and rant, but actually seeing that this was the date that the article was actually released on how I plan and how Zahnymous plans to change the DeFi world, definitely give this a good read. Something that I love so much about this article was, even though we were focused on trying to find out a way to get debit cards at first in a decentralized way, we didn't leave from the aspect of the core foundation of the project, even all the way back from January 8th. All of our core foundation is still there. We still focus on that decentralized spending, being able to convert that multi-currency. You all might view the platform as just gift cards, but that's not how I feel. That's not how I view it at all, actually. I view the platform as being able to convert to fiat within a matter of seconds, instantly, finally bridging the gap between crypto and fiat transactions without having to go that centralized route. So no more having to do that old centralization. You can connect to my wallet and then spend. So that idea and that ideology was with us from the very beginning. And this article proves that. You can read that article, and then after you read it, after the presentation that you all have given, you can, tell yourselves, damn, they really stuck with it. They did exactly what they were said that they were going to do. Even though this article was posted January 8th, the foundations of what Zahnymous was, which is that freedom of have your crypto and actually make everyday expenses, we still kept that value. And that's something that I think separates us again from another typical BSC project is we didn't shift. We really didn't change. We kept our core principles together. So definitely give this a good read whenever you all are free after, and you all can really see the longevity that I view of this project.
Okay, thank you. I also see questions in the chat that someone asks if they can connect to your platform into multiple wallets at once.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's a feature. I think you can only do one. And I'm not sure. I've personally never done that before. Every time I go on PancakeSwap, for example, I usually connect one wallet. I didn't know that you could connect multiple different wallets to a Dapp. I'm going to have to go over that with my smart contract team and my core team to see if we can do that, if he really wants that feature. But every Dapp I've connected to, I've only connected one wallet with.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I do see some point if you have different balances, okay, for saving time that you can combine them into one balance, buying into gift cards and stuff. But I'm not sure if it's technical doable.
Of course. Is there any other questions in regards to anything? I love challenging questions. I love people that really want to push the buttons on what ZAH is about and really question if they believe that we have a future here in the market. Because again, I'm very confident in myself, and I'm very confident in my team and my community.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys? In terms of the pre-sale now, if you're doing whitelist, I guess the people listening now or listening to the recording can message me and I forward you some wallets if they're up to investing.
Of course. So I actually have a form that I will just share with you or drop in your DMs, or you can DM me, and then you fill out the form. You say how much BNB you want to actually buy into, and it's a Google form, much more organized. Instead of just sending me a wallet, we can keep track of what people want to purchase and create more of an Excel sheet to figure out exactly how much, what are people going to buy 4 BNB, or people going to buy 2 BNB, etc. So I can send that form to you, and then you can share it with your community as well.
Sounds good. Okay. I think we did this in 1 hour and 10 minutes. So a very good introduction to your projects and also digging into the details. So thank you so much for joining us tonight on a very short notice. Really appreciated that. And I hope my fellow guys also in the pub here had a great time. I personally kind of ditched my plan for tonight, watching Man United game with football. So
definitely.
But it was a good presentation, and I liked it. And we will definitely be around and jump into your community to see how you're doing, and we will be there at the pre-sale launch. For sure.
Of course. It was a pleasure talking with you. And I want to thank again, I think his name's Manager. I don't think he got to actually enjoy the call with us. I'm not sure why. But I definitely want to thank him if he ends up listening to the entire recording. I want to thank him for introducing me to you all, and then getting this this talk and this presentation so you all can also stay Zahnymous.
The manager is actually me.
Oh, that's you that I was just talking to?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So this is your group.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, man, for hopping in the chat, and thank you for letting me, spiel about Zahnymous. And because I remember I kind of already gave you an hour pitch before this as well.
Yeah, and that of course was also a good introduction to you as a person and your projects, and then I got even more curious. So that's why we had this AMA tonight, fresh and alive. So again, thank you so much. I will share the recording with my guys and also some other groups, and also send it to you so you can use it as much as you want in your community.
Of course, it was truly a pleasure, and I want to thank you so much for hosting me. And you were a great host, and it was a pleasure talking with you. And I hope everyone that's listening to this and everyone that's here right now truly enjoyed.
Absolutely. So there comes something good also from DMing people,
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I did delete the message. I just don't like answering DMs because I'm going to be honest, 99% of them, I will give you all the benefit of the doubt that the 1% of that message is the beneficial or a beneficial DM. But other than that, the majority of them are very illicit. So again, thank you so much. And I'm glad that I had this moment with you all.
Yeah. Enjoy your day, man. And see you later.
See you later. Have a wonderful day, man.
Thank you.